All right, hello and welcome back to the Aldature campaign. I'm Nineveh, your host and GM, and with me are Kathia and Sonarios.
Good evening, this is Sonarios.
This is Kathia.
Sweet. All right, I just want you guys to know I introduce you in alphabetical order.
I thought I'd
That
jump
way
in
no one
first for
gets-
once.
That way no one gets upset. I don't care how you guys jump in. I just want to say I'm not prioritizing anyone out of favoritism. It's a simple alphabet. Anyways, so last time we went to Dwarf Mine finally. We actually got there. And the two of you got to see a lot of dwarfy stuff, and Orstar kind of took point, and you traded your dragon bone away for various items. Orstar did get a pretty cool artifact. It's probably something that I would consider a clan treasure, if anyone's played King of Dragon Pass. That sort of thing, right? Something that a clan could use and make good use of. And then the rest of you got some money and some smaller items like magical gemstones, essentially. You wake up in that morning and you leave. This has kind of already happened. We're overlapping. We're going to move into actual play pretty quickly. So you leave Dwarf Mine and start moving back towards Aldature. So last time we followed a river and there was kind of a descent, and you pop back up and you can do the same thing in reverse. So there'll be an ascent this time, ascent. It takes a couple days to get back. And I believe you have nothing you wanted to do in Aldature, correct?
I don't think so this time. I don't.
Yeah, I think we talked last time only about whether Dina was wanting to do anything, and I don't think she was at this point.
No, she's going to return to Aldature over the winter, essentially to do her temple service and to study. So she doesn't necessarily need to stop in right now.
Okay.
So she's just going to keep going.
Nice. So Forrester is in a hurry to get home.
Orstar would like to, yeah. Now that he's kind of done his thing, he'd like to get things wrapped up and handled. He's obviously very accommodating, of course. Like if you guys want to stay, he won't object or anything. Since you did a lot of the lifting on this,
He owes us
a little bit, but soon he'll be free of those bonds because he'll be in a different clan.
Yeah, I can still pull on those if I need to.
Yeah, go get them. Of note, the Stag Shield are both allies to your clan, but also just friends of your clan, which is in some ways even better than being allies. It goes deeper than treaties. Like you've gotten along for a long time. There's a good deal of intermarriage there. You support each other well.
We're just not very well. Hold it. That's where he's headed, but we don't have compatible clans as far as how we're
right.
organized.
Like there's more intermarriage there than like statistical average, but it does require some hoop jumping. Yeah, your main marriages would be to other matrilineal clans because that's easy, and that gives you like a spread of connections throughout Tarsh and probably down into to some extent outside the tribe, just because there aren't a ton of matrilineal clans. So you'll just kind of pass by Aldature, maybe stay there for a night at your tribal hall, and then move on. It takes another couple days. You'll go up the river and camp at its headwaters, where in addition to a small shrine, there is apparently a fort. So you can see that. The fort was originally built to protect against troll raids. You have now Tarshite, like Aldature as a confederation, has extended substantially east now. That protection is no longer necessary. So the fort's been largely abandoned. So it's just a structure.
By the clan that lives there?
Yeah, it would be.
The Zerdovus? Davos, however you pronounce it.
Yes, they would hold it. It's probably it's as a fortress, it's largely been abandoned, but they probably have buildings near in it to use as their clan grounds. Right. So its actual like Acropolis type structure would be abandoned, but they would still live near it because no one wants to live in a crowded little fort. And then the next day, you can go ahead. Sorry, I'm cutting people off.
I was just saying, not luxurious.
No, not luxurious at all. It's just a little fort, and yeah, they've kind of expanded next to it. Okay, so then the next day you'll travel over into the Blue Hill. Again, as always, you're always met by people at some point, even if it's just farmers who see you. But since you're on good terms with most of these people, you don't really have any problems with that.
Basically, we probably exchange news every time we go across.
Yes, like you're talking to them and chatting, but it's not anything that's very adventurous, I suppose you would say. So you'll wind up back at Fieldstone that night, and obviously people know that you left, and you're all carrying like cool magical bling. Orstar particularly has like this weird device. I mean, it's in a case, but you didn't have the case when you left. So there's lots of questions about what exactly went down.
Assume we end up back. I don't know. What do you think, Sonario? Are we going to reveal and discuss all this stuff? I think at the family head, right?
Yeah, we should probably tell our family before we tell everybody else.
Well, I was thinking, are you gonna do it at your mom's place or at Bagana? I feel
Thinking-
like we had to do it at the main place because not all of us belong to your little family.
I think it'd be good to go to Bagana Grandma and tell her about it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. We can all.
So you go to the Earth Temple. I should note here, Kathia, you're probably like, I know you haven't really been going to the Earth Temple often, but you're almost certainly a lay member of Ronalda, just on
Yes.
account of being an adult woman. And
Yep.
you're certainly welcome in the temple. You just can't attend its mysteries, essentially.
We haven't talked about it, but no, I do all the parts that would be accessible and all, because she still wants to be connected to all the women throughout the clan. Well, any of the men that go there.
Right. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
She's really tied into the
Like,
clan.
and it's fun. Sometimes Glanthus cults make you feel very henotheistic, but it is a polytheistic society, so you do offer worship to more than one god. You're just learning the mysteries of one god in particular. Sensible. Okay, so the two of you can certainly go. Some of your other compatriots will peel off to go do whatever they feel like doing, since they don't have to report to a bloodline head because they're not part of bloodlines. And
So only
Orstar,
three of us going.
it's
there
really
then?
just the two of who's
Wouldn't
the third?
Orstar? I think Orstar.
Are you gonna make him go? You're like, come on.
Wouldn't he do that? Well, maybe not her, but wouldn't he? I mean, because he's trying to buy his way clan wise out of this, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's buying into the Stag Shield.
Oh, so he doesn't need to go with us to this.
Essentially.
He needs to go present it to them.
He probably
Never
needs
mind.
to take it to the clan, to the chieftain, to Ara Sablefur. Is probably what he'll do while you go report to your
Okay.
bloodline head. Cool. So he parts off. The other two kind of go their separate ways. Mordina probably goes to Warstar. And then they might both go with Orstar, actually. It's kind of fun. And then you two will go to the Earth Temple. So Bagana receives you there. Again, she's an older woman who's been made sort of thin by time, but she's very dignified. And she receives you, not like in the temple, like at the altar, like that area, but just like, a side room.
Is she like 70?
Yeah, she'd be 60s probably, but old, like hard life.
You have 70 years to do the math here. 1605.
Is it 70?
Right? And she's born 1535.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. So 70 is correct. Yeah.
I was asking while I was doing the math.
Nope, you're good. I wasn't even looking at it, so I was guessing. Yep. Okay. So she receives you, like I said, old lady, in a side room in the temple. So no windows, obviously. And she offers you like water and wine, basically, while you tell her what's going on.
Hey. You want to take the lead on this, Sonarius?
Sure. Yeah, I tell her about us going and figuring out getting Orstar married off so he can get betrothed, and all the steps we took between the research and the talking to Harbor, talking to the Shalana Roy, digging around the Asari's temple, and then literally digging around the skull ruins after avoiding dragon newts the first time, and not fighting trolls if we didn't have to, and avoiding fighting a wyvern, and then negotiating around aggressive dragon newts, and then dealing with the dwarves. We got Shiny Blink.
I don't think did anybody get hurt in any of that?
I don't think so.
Nope. It's a flawless adventure.
I'm going to brag about that too.
Yeah, no one got hurt. We all came back.
It was a flawless fetch quest.
Good work. That's a fetch quest. And so she seems kind of, she's interested in what you're saying. She's amused by it all. When you tell her that you're helping Orstar get married and that it's going to work out, she's like, "Oh, he's such a sweet boy. That's good." And then you kind of tell her about the places you've been, and she's interested in that. She knows, she's heard of the Earth Dragon, but she doesn't know anything about him. Stone Dragon. It's a name that's come up to her. She knows of the dwarf, but she's never met him. So it's impressive. Overall, she's like, "You've had a very adventurous year." When you show her, I assume you show her the stuff you got, basically.
Yes.
Like you're showing off your cool loot.
Crystal in the cube.
Right. So she comments about some of that. For one, she tells you that your green cube, if you didn't know it already, what you do, it has something in it, and she tells you again, it could be she's seen one before and she's heard of them. They're not like unique items; they're just rare. If you break it, you might get a little awakened serpent, to like a sacred animal, or you might get an earth maiden to serve you for a year, or you might get any random stone, like a gem, magical or otherwise, or you might get just a handful of grain. Like, it's just a mystery. It contains something sacred or important to Ronaldo, but it's hard to say what until you break it. And you don't have to break it. She makes that really clear too. Like, you can just keep it. It is sacred. You can just wear it. It just doesn't do anything. If that's all you do with it, it's just a symbol, which is mostly true. If you attune it, like, it prevents knockback.
It is going to be tempting to break it at some point, isn't it?
I know. And you're going to roll 100 and get a handful of barley or something. Like, it's just...
Yeah, but it might be really good beer we get out of it.
Yeah, it might be incredible, or it might be just almost worthless. It's just really hard to know. If you keep it, all it really does is give you a +1 charisma. And the knockback is not... Mechanically, knockback is among the more marginal things you can be safe from.
Okay.
It's something to think about. But yeah, she tells you about that. She tells you what the green cubes are and how they always have something in them. But it's not... There's no way of knowing what's in it without opening it. And it's not a thing you can take back. So once it's cracked, it's cracked.
I got a +1 to charisma also, then, don't I?
Yes, because you have the star stone. It's an obviously magical
that.
item. It's a glowing rock. As long as you wear it,
Mine does not break.
It doesn't. Yeah, you don't have to break it. You can cover it up without killing it, and it doubles the duration of light. Which, these are things you already knew. Like, it's just that Bagana knows about green cubes, so she's sharing what she knows.
I show mine off, but I don't worry about it because it's like I know what it does.
It's cool. You're in a darker room, so it glows here more visibly because you're now in sunlight. It's more obvious what it's doing. Otherwise, obviously everything you got was a gift given to you, right? So you don't have to worry about giving it to the temple or anything. Like,
Hooray.
sometimes that's an issue with more powerful magical items. Bagana does suggest that it would be really nice if someone gave 4-star something, because he's going to give up the thing he got in order to get married. And so, like, as a wedding gift, it might be nice to give him a thing.
You picked up an opal, a nice opal in this.
You did pick up an opal.
Yeah.
That's about the only thing of value.
I hear Sonarius waffling over there.
I know. I know, me too. We had a 6 lunar arm ring, and we had some lunars. Everybody got a silver ingot.
Yes.
We have one each already. Some of us may need to spend all of ours for yearly expenses.
Yep.
Sonarius is over there trying to pointedly ignore the cool magic point crystal that she got.
What?
That's a player. I'm sorry, meta. That's a player character item. That's not for somebody who's going to settle down as a crafter.
I didn't say he has to give.
No, I thought, like, yeah, let's give him the opal.
Let's give him the
Unless
opal.
we could go buy him something cool.
I am not telling you to do it.
It is a good idea, though. We should give them a nice present of some sort.
We got him
Your
a bachelor
grandmother is
party.
merely suggesting that you do it. So
Yeah, but her suggestion is basically an order, especially for someone. I could probably ignore her a little more, but I wouldn't in this. I like sarcasm.
You do have more freedom to act, but I remind you that you are all Orlanthe and nobody can make you do anything. Anyways, those decisions do not have to be made right now. So, after you report all that stuff in, she takes it in and she's interested, but she seems mostly content to leave it alone. Like, outside of being like, you should give him something nice for getting married. And
didn't we already do that?
That's about it. I mean, yeah, kind of. You helped him pay to get married.
We went on a whole fetch quest for him.
We went on this whole quest. How many quests do we have to do involving giving Orstar cool things?
Yeah, really. He's overstayed his welcome. He should go somewhere else and live.
Harsh. So yeah. So anyways, after that, she lets you guys go. I mean, she'll entertain you. She can offer you like flatbread and cheese sort of thing. Like, she can give you food and let you rest of it because you've been on the road for basically a week, which is a long time. I mean, you spend a lot of time walking around. Like, we've elided that as an item of play, but your characters are probably getting tired of riding and walking everywhere.
I would like to, if we're done here.
Mm-hmm. We are, I think, unless Sonarius has something else to do.
Yeah, so Sonarius, take the lead here if you have any more you want to do. I'll stay with you because,
Well, that's the thing. I don't need to go see my mom.
You don't need to.
You should.
Because you don't live with her.
Yeah, no. That's what I was thinking. Like, I live on my own now. I've got my own place.
You can go back to your place.
But
I think I've got a bed there, but I don't stay there very often.
I think that's
you
great.
do. You don't pay rent. I'll go by my mom.
Okay, cool. So you're gonna go to your mom's. Kathia, what were you wanting to do?
Well, in the main town here is the temple.
Yes.
I'm gonna go to my temple. Whoever's
Okay.
there, I'm gonna tell them our tale. I mean, Crystal Orlanthe, anything you do really isn't worth doing unless you get to tell somebody about it.
Yeah, I mean you gotta brag. Like
Yeah, so I would like to stop by and brag and show off my new shiny bling.
makes sense. Harala's
I don't
there
know.
because she's always there. She's a shield maiden. Culchis, your priestess, is there, and then
Oh,
a couple
cool.
of initiates are there. So
I basically regale them with the same tale.
nice. Yeah, they respond pretty positively to it. They're impressed. You are, strictly speaking, your initiation is as a wanderer because you're not a shield maiden and you're not a you haven't like hero quested to get a unicorn. So like going out and doing cool stuff is sort of your job as far as the temple is concerned. So this is definitely in that vein. So they're all pretty pleased by it. They're all pretty impressed by your starstone, which is obviously connected to Yolorna and to all the stars. One of Yolorna's title is Starbringer. Like in addition to being a star goddess, she has some myths where she brought stars down to help fight during the Great Darkness. So like having a little star that you've recovered is kind of mythically resonant.
Would be the proper way to, like, a necklace.
That's a good question. You could do several things with it. You could put it on a brooch, right? Like something that you like clip, like something that you would use to hold a cape or cloak or to pin like a fibula, right? Like something that pin. Are these words meaningful to anyone but me? Do we? Well, sometimes I get lost there.
Yes, it's the thing that holds the corners of the cloak together.
Yes, like something like that, like something that you use to pin clothing together would be an appropriate place for it. A necklace would be fine, especially something that keeps it visible. So something like tighter, like not with like a long chain, but a shorter chain that
Yep.
keeps it near your collarbone would be pretty
Originally
appropriate.
thought about like a circlet would be kind of cool, but then it's like I wear a helmet a lot of the time, so it's like
Yeah, it would be very cool, and it would also often be obscured.
so it's not.
It doesn't
practical for
die
me.
if it's not close to you, so you could like put it on your helmet, but then you wouldn't have it around when you're not wearing your helmet.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah.
why I kind of like the necklace because then it's on all the time, pretty much.
That is a good idea. I like that.
So I'm gonna ask: Do we have a silversmith here,
Oh, that's a good question.
or do we have that ability inside our temple?
You do for 3 reasons. 1, silver is relatively easy to melt. 2, silver is your star. It's the metal of the stars according to your cult. So it's something
Yep.
that you have some knowledge of how to work. 3, you have the ability to enchant silver, which means you have to have the ability to work silver.
So here's the
yes.
deal: I have a 75 lunar silver ingot.
Yes.
I would like to have somebody work it into a silver necklace that we can mount this in.
Okay. We will. That's something we can do.
We'll do it during downtime.
Yes, we'll talk about
I'm
it for sure
sorry.
because it will take a little time. No, it's a good idea. Write a note and we'll handle it during seasonal play for
I
our
will.
season. But it's because it's going to cost us a little money to do that, and you still have ties to pay as well. And we also have a little more loot to blah 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 to sort out. So we'll do that. But first, we'll. Do you have anything else you want to do at the temple outside of like get praise and be
No.
offered food and hang out?
After
Like,
that, I was actually going to go visit my family.
nice. You can definitely go do that. Which your parents? I take it because now your family's kind of
I'm
spread
going to
out.
go by because, yeah, I'm close to my mom. Unlike some people, I enjoy the company of my mom.
I love my parents, and they love me.
They love me unconditionally and don't see me as just simply
They've made their peace with your ways. Yeah, so you can go visit your parents for sure, and they're happy to see you. They're interested to know what you've been doing. Did somebody just get hit by their mic?
Actually, smacked the table with my leg.
Okay, cool. So it's just
Sorry.
mic resonance. Okay, no, you're good.
Yes.
You're good. It's funny. That's good.
Sonaris has been defeated by a table.
Ouch, it's rough out there. So yeah, your parents are happy to see you. They're interested in what you've been up to. Obviously, as a Yolornan, as a cavalry woman, as a spear in service to your clan, like you do spend a fair amount of time like roaming about. That's not unusual for you, even if you're still on the Tula. You're not always like around, so they're always curious to kind of hear from you and see what you're doing and make sure that everything is going well.
Where Sonaris is.
Right, it's late enough in the day that you probably don't want to make. Well, you might make that trip at night. given your coal stuff.
Because we'll do the other. Plus, my horse needs to stay taken care of.
Yes, probably so. So Narios is less likely to make that trip at night, especially by yourself. And you have to go home first not to home, back to your parents' place to see your mom and your dad and all your little siblings that we never talk about, but they're there. Like
you have a big family, lots of rivals.
Nah,
lots of people to buy Christmas presents.
The rest are boys.
Yeah, true. And your younger sister is much younger than you, and your older sister is married and has a daughter, so good for her.
So she's like 9.
Right. Yeah. So like your older sister does not live here. She's moved out. She has her own house. She has her own husband. She has her own kid, and she has honestly probably a better relationship with your mother than you do.
She's fine.
You've always been difficult.
I'm not even trying to be difficult. It just happens.
Cool. So you show up, and your mother, probably one of your eldest brothers, so your next one down there. He's only a year younger than you, so almost an adult now. He lets you in, like he goes to the door and sees you in. He's happy to see you. He gives you a hug.
I hug Corin tip back.
I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce that.
Just do your best.
Yep. And I have put the cube like on my belt.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
To kind of wear it.
Right.
Not to make a point or anything.
Right. You're like, look at me. Look what I got. No, don't look at it. I'm not going to wave it around, but you know it's there. Like,
pretty much. That's a Tarshite belt buckle. So go in. Hug me and begin telling him a bit of what we went through between dragon newts and trolls and dwarves.
He's impressed. He takes these as like adventure stories, like stuff that happens in stories he's been told. So he thinks they're pretty neat.
And that way I can get those out in front of him, maybe a couple of the other brothers, but then leave more of the looking out for Orstar, trading with the dwarf in front of mom.
Right. Okay, so you're like, my narrative is only partially being delivered to my mother. Like we're editing a little.
Well, she knows the other stuff happened. She's probably heard it when I first said it. Just
right. You're learning soft power. I'm so proud of you. Cool. So yeah, she picks up as you get closer to her, and she's more like in conversational range as opposed to just like overhearing range. She is still spinning. This has been going on for a while.
Never stops.
No, it never really does. But you haven't seen her weaving much this year. In fact, she hasn't said anything, but you suspect she's stockpiling thread for some reason. Concerns. Anyways,
why does that?
I like how that seems like vaguely threatening. You have a surplus of thread. I'm concerned. Like, is something horrible about to happen? But no. She welcomes you into the house. She offers you a place to sleep for the night since you're far from your own stead. At this point, it's late in the day.
I take her up on her hospitality.
Cool. Which, yes, hospitality top notch in this clan, as it's one of your virtues. So the little old lady who like basically lives in the hall next to the fireplace, she brings you like a bowl of stew and some bread.
And then we'll keep telling what happened and that we're getting Orstar married off, and then when I finish eating, I will pick up the spinning if she lets me.
She will. Though she does tell you that hopefully you'll be. How do I phrase this? Hold on, give me a second. She approves of your spinning, and she hopes that you're keeping up in it at your own home as well.
I hate her so much sometimes.
I like her a lot, actually.
I'm this close to like saying the very barely adult thing of I'm just not sitting around on my butt all day, but I'm actually doing things at my job. But I undoubtedly had said that before when I was still under the roof, and I don't think she or my dad would have appreciated that. So we're not going through that.
Good. Wisdom. This is wisdom.
It definitely crosses the mind and the heart.
You feel the anger and you tamp it down. Like, good work. Yep. Nice. So you guys share some small talk. She inquires, since you were relating your tale, about how your visit with Harver went, and she is Roll insight for me, and she will
Cool.
also do that. Ooh, that was really bad. Oh no.
Well, a 30 is a success.
You succeeded? Oh, cool. Okay. So your mom is you've known her for your entire life. She's a very like the only time you've ever really had an argument with her is when you get angry, right? Like she's that sort of like you've been put in your place many times. You've had suggestions made. She never raises her voice or gets mad. Things just kind of seem to happen a lot of times in conversation.
Yes.
Yeah. And this time though, you get a glimpse into what's going on. You can tell she's talking to you, but you know here that she's very interested in what Harvard had to say. Not necessarily how he felt about you, but about what he had to say about what's going on in Altucher, particularly. And she got a really bad roll, so she didn't cover any of this up very well. So good for you.
My eyes are narrowing at her.
You're like,
I probably can't hide very well. And like, I got your slip. No, I think he said he's involved in a lot of things and bouncing between things that he was supporting or getting into, but I don't remember any details outside of just things inside the town or around the town.
Right. No, that's fair. She seems vaguely disapproving that you don't have eidetic recall, apparently, but she moves the topics on after that, so the tension there eases a little bit. You're still not entirely... This is like the second time you've caught her having a reaction to Harvard that you don't necessarily understand.
There's some history there.
Or something.
With him or his...
Yeah, but you don't actually know what's going on, but you are rather convinced that your mother has a interest in him that goes like interest here being a vague and neutral term, not attraction. Interest in him that goes beyond just like him being interested in you.
Yep, I'm gonna do it.
You're like, it's time.
No, I'm just. It's the thing of okay. He's a rune lord. He's a light son of Yomelio. He's adventured well when we were with him. He has shown interest. He's invested in his community. But every time I talk about him, there's an issue. If someone that's a threat to me, or to our family, or to our clan, what is it?
Okay, so she's spinning when you say this, and she doesn't really stop what she's doing, but she slows it. Her motion slows, right? Like she's actually like you're getting her full attention, and she turns to you, and you see before she smooths it away, you see actual approval.
Game over. I won.
And she says, "It's not that I think he's dangerous to you or to us, but it does seem like he's just a dangerous man."
Did not answer. More confused than I was.
Do you pursue that? She seems content to have given that answer. Do you push further?
Yes. Like what kind of danger? Like he's not chaotic. He's not. He's Tarshite. I didn't see any foreigners going in and out of his place outside of maybe Sartorites that worship there.
True. She turns her head, like she tilts her head, like she's thinking for a moment, and maybe reappraising you a little bit, whether good or bad. You're not sure.
Probably bad.
It might be bad, but what she says is that it's not that he's attacking us. It's not like he's a wolf, right? But like many people who rise when they're young and who have great ambitions, things tend to get swept in their wake, whether they're carried along or taken under. It's hard to say which one you'll be.
Thank you.
Mixing up some water metaphors.
Okay.
Does that help? Is that helpful? Out of character. Does that give you anything you wanted?
I think so. Just because he's a rising star, and like any star, I might just be a casualty of that. Is what it feels like.
Clan might be.
Yeah.
Right. You or your
if
clan.
You bring it up to me later, I would say it's because she's concerned that our clan could get sacrificed to his ambitions.
That's something to think about. Your mother, I think something I've tried to emphasize is that your mother has a pretty particular worldview, right? Based on how she views Arnalda and how she views her clan and her life. And she sees, you're starting to get the impression that she sees Harvard differently than you do.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and that's, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's not for me to say, frankly. That's up to you. Cool. So does the conversation die awkwardly there? Like, do you leave? Do you change topics? Do you just weave in silence for a lot?
We get some silence and talk about the dwarf mine.
She's interested in that. It seems interesting to her. Dwarves are Mostal is a stone father. He's connected to the earth. She's, it's an interesting story for her at least, and something that she doesn't have any experience with. She's never met a dwarf. Honestly, most people haven't. They are weird. No, that's safer ground. You would say you feel more satisfied with that conversation.
But eventually retire and then head to my actual house. So spend in my own home in the morning.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So you will overnight here then. That makes sense.
Yep.
Good. Cool. So you're put up, not really in a guest room, but in a sleeping nook, basically, where you can stay. And the weather's really nice. So like this, I mean, this obviously isn't a concern, but Earth season's pretty mild, so everything's pretty comfortable. You don't have to worry about like trying to be close to the fire or anything. Cool. So the next morning, you two will wake up in separate houses, both staying with your parents, and then kind of figure out what to do from there. You can eat like porridge and flatbread and probably some fruit. That all sounds pretty good. And then you'll be on the move again. And it sounds like you're both ready to head back to your own home. Well,
Yes.
I mean,
Nurse's home. I don't know
it's not nurse's home. You live there part time, and like, it's nice.
I seem to move around
You're a
throughout
wanderer.
the lands. Well, I do. I spend time at the temple. I spend time at your place. I probably still spend more time at my parents' house. Not much more, or not much, than you do.
Righto. Okay, so while we're making that little journey, let's talk a little bit about the loot and how we want to like part it out. Now, obviously, your magic items are your own. The ingots are your own. We do have like the arm ring, the opal, and then like the 9 lunars and 2 coppers. It's not a lot of loot outside of like the amazing amounts of money and stuff that the dwarf gave you. It's fairly small fry.
What's the opal worth?
It's worth 7 lunars. It's a milk opal, all right? So like it's a white polished stone that is slightly iridescent. It's pretty, but it's not special, I would say.
What do you think, Sonarios? If you want the opal or want to give it, I mean, we really
I don't need it.
I'm going to confess on a meta level to a bit of jealousy of my 3-point magic point crystal to your massive, 13 point now.
14.
14.
They get rolled. It's random. I'm sorry. Like,
no, you're not. Here's the thing.
Yes.
5 of us went.
Yes.
I guess we all got something, but it seems like we ought to kind of split that. Like, what do you think we should give our boy who's getting married off? Give him the opal. Could give him the arm ring. At least give him something practical.
I'll give him the arm ring and then the opal and then the change to the other 3. We also had Elendor.
Right. So there were 2. You said the other 2. Oh, all 3 of them, including him.
Because we had the opal, we had the arm ring, and then we had some change. I thought.
Yeah, we have 9 lunars. I was thinking maybe we split the lunars and 2 coppers. I mean, everybody got a magic thingy from the dwarf.
Yeah.
So I feel like we could split the coinage between, and I'll be honest, as the leaders and the ones who have to pay the most for stuff, I don't really mind if we split it in our favor. So there are 5 of us total.
Yes.
So everybody could get. Well, are we going to give the arm ring and the opal to?
I don't know.
Or is that more than we need?
I don't think it's more. It doesn't seem like a whole lot when you get down to it.
It doesn't, but we don't have a lot of money. Let's do it. Unless you got more money hidden somewhere. No, we don't have much cash.
Well, we have our ingots, don't we?
Yes.
I had plans for mine.
Well, how much are they worth?
They're 75 lunars. He gets a 75 lunar ingot too.
He did get one of those. That's true. He's not broke by any means, and he is giving a clan treasure quality item to the stag shield as well, which he did obtain on this quest. So it's not like he got nothing out of it.
And he's getting married.
And he's getting married.
For love.
He's going to get a wife and a house and a workshop. So
what? He's fine.
His wife is also a crafter. So
his wife is what?
His wife is also a crafter, like he is. They're both crafters, so they would share a workshop.
I guess it would be easier if we liquidated the stuff.
Well, I mean, if we took the arm ring, that gives us 15 lunars, which gives everybody 3 basically. But You want to do that? Basically, everybody gets 3 lunars and spend and change. We'll hand him the 7 lunar opal in addition, so he can have a nice, pretty item to craft something for his. However he wants to do it.
I like that.
Okay, so how?
I feel good
Okay.
about that. So
Makes sense.
we're
Okay,
gonna give
so
him
repeat that for me one more time.
the
Yep.
opal.
Yes.
Yep. We're gonna give the opal to him as a wedding
Makes
gift,
sense.
plus the 2 coppers.
Right.
Let's throw that in and make a mountain or something. And then we're gonna liquidate the arm ring, and so we end up each of us ends up getting 3 lunars out of it.
Okay, additional 3 layers. Yep, makes sense. Excellent.
I know we got good magic items, but we need to go rob like a lunar payroll wagon or something.
My goodness, you have been adults for not even a year. Like, and you're like, we're not already filthy, independently wealthy.
I'm feeling good about stuff, but my silver ingot's going into my necklace because it's a holy item. Maybe you should go break your
Yeah,
cube.
I mean, sort
Maybe
of,
it'll,
right? Like
spill
silver
out
is
treasure.
holy, your starstone is holy, but silver is a minor. It's holy to you the way that it's holy. Yeah, silver is holy to you, but it's holy the way that bronze is like silver is the metal of the stars, the way that bronze is the metal of the air, the way that tin is the
I'm
metal
still
of the sky,
still
the way
building
that
my weapons out of
copper is the metal
bronze.
of earth. Yes,
I just thought for
and your
putting
armor.
this special item, it should go. Yeah, I mean, I could
Ish.
silver tint it if I could somehow make it magical and worthwhile, but not so far. But I just thought if I'm going to build a necklace, it should be use my silver to build a silver necklace to house my
Yes.
magical light crystal.
Yes, that absolutely makes sense. Okay, so let's start talking a little bit more about our downtime actions then as we move into a more seasonal footing. The adventure is over, that's been wrapped up. You guys, Orstar proposes shortly after you guys get back home, and the wedding is arranged for storm season. It will coincide with the tribal fair, and it will be at the Stag Shield because your tribal queen will be residing at the Stag Shield this year.
Well, luckily, we don't have to travel very far in storm season for that.
Nope.
A
Storm
hop,
season's
skip, and
not
a
as
jump
difficult
away.
as dark season, but it's unpleasant.
Have a light
for the
that
most part.
shines in the dark.
No.
Yeah, we all have big stuff coming up actually.
I'm just trying to make.
Goodness,
I'm trying to
goodness.
talk about how I'm not bothered by the darkness so much. I am tough against darkness. I'm glad you seem
Cool.
offended.
Okay, so great. So let's talk a little bit about plans, and we'll work through that. Okay, first off, Kathia, let's handle your stuff. You're wanting to get a necklace made by your cult, right? Okay, so it's a silver setting.
I would.
Okay, for your starstone. Is kind of the plan here. So let's pull up the old weapons and equipment guide and look up.
Unless I can do something else. But I mean, it's only 75 lunars worth of silver, so I'm assuming there's nothing else I can do with it.
No, it's a lot of money. You'll be good. I'm just wanting to look up kind of eyeball the cost of such a thing. It's not that difficult. Yeah, that's fine. What would probably happen is that between your cult tithe, the cost of it, and then the material for it, it would probably consume the ingot and leave you with a pretty okay necklace, like a pretty reasonable amount of silver in it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm
okay. Cool.
I'm ready for. I'm willing to turn the whole thing into the necklace plus a little bit of it as the payment and or back to the cult.
Right, makes sense. Yeah. So I mean, it is kind of like a cult service, so it's not expensive for you, but it's just between wastage, cult paying for it, and then the actual material of it, your ingot will basically turn into a nice looking necklace that has a setting for your starstone. So, and again, it's the chain's not that long, obvious, so it doesn't take like a ton of metal to do it.
Right.
That's
I just
cool.
want it nice and thick so it doesn't break easily.
Yeah.
Since I'm
it'll be of an appropriate bearing for you. Let's say appropriate make. It'll take a couple weeks to get this done. It's not something that you do a lot of. Like you work silver, but mostly to coat a weapon or to coat an armor for ceremonial purposes or to make a silvered weapon.
I had thought about whether I should do that, but I like this better for her.
No, this is cool. Silvered weapons are kind of marginal. I mean, they're useful, but only if you're fighting something that's immune to regular damage, which exist. Sometimes even in great numbers nearby, but not usually hostile. So the Tomori.
Yep, yes. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, your wolf brothers. down past the Torcani near Jaldan's Rest. They were loyal to the House of Sarter. You're not really certain what their standing is now, but they haven't really messed with anybody since the House of Sarter was overthrown 2 years ago. So leaves a lot of things in question. Cool. So that's you, I think. Do you have anything else you want to do this season? Let's process through you. You have skill checks to make. You have some time to do cult service or family help with your family. You can pick 4 more skills. You attuned the Starstone. You had to have to use it.
Yep.
And that gives you a POW check.
Um,
And for the record, the first time you attune a crystal, that crystal gives you a POW check when you attune it. If you like unattune it and reattune the same crystal, you don't learn anything and you don't get another POW check.
So you can't do it over and over.
Yeah, you can't farm it, but the first time you attune a crystal, it gives you a POW check.
Speaking of farming it,
Mhm.
I'm probably mostly focusing on cult type skills or cult related, even if they're not directly cult skills.
Yeah.
However, it is harvest.
Yes.
And I don't mind having a skill or two if we had one that it would make sense, just because, well, she's going to be participating in that.
Okay,
I don't know
so
if that makes sense.
if you
Farming?
have that skill, if you open up the core book, go to and look at your.
I've just got my character sheet open.
Right. So if you look at the core book and you go to like occupation, where they list occupations, and yours is warrior.
Is mine considered warrior? My thane, so it's battle.
Yes, because you're a light cavalry.
Yep.
Under the warrior ability.
That's fine.
Why am I in the wrong place? So you can pick from those, and you can pick from your Lorna cult skills.
I've only got one skill there.
How's that?
Under the occupation. Oh, this is the occupational income. I'm looking at the wrong spot.
Yeah, you're looking at occupational income. That would be like a bolded one. So for you, and I'm in the wrong place. Why did it take me to the wrong place? I clicked the link. It should have worked. Let's see. So your occupational skills are ride, listen.
Hey, what page are you on? Do you know?
Sorry, 73.
I will look it up.
Yeah, battle is your income skill, but you have like ride, listen, sing, scan, any of the unit weapons. I think you picked.
Yeah, mine's bow, javelin, shield, spear.
Right. And then you.
I also have a sword, copas.
Yeah, but that's not a unit weapon for you. You picked that up out of your background.
I didn't think it was.
Yeah, so you would have first aid.
Ride.
You could pick a weapon, so you could pick your copas if you wanted to.
And just roll a skill check on any of those.
You can pick up to 4 of those, but you have to split those 4 between this and your cult skills.
Oh, okay, got it.
So if you were, Yolorna's cult skills are like, again, bow, spear, ride. So some of those are similar. Track is one.
Worship.
Yeah, worship and cult lore.
Cult lore.
All useful. I will tell you, you are pursuing rune status, right? Like that's a goal for your character.
Yes.
She wants to be a star lady.
Yep.
Okay. So since I put together a handy little table for that, you need to raise your devotion or loyalty to like your temple or to your goddess to 90. One of those needs to be a 90.
Where's that? Is that under?
It's not a skill, but just keep that in mind.
What's that fall under? Oh, devotion. Your line is 80.
Yeah.
So how do I improve that?
By using them to push things, basically. Okay. By trying to augment rolls with them.
So I haven't done that, so I need to do that.
Right.
Yeah, it makes sense anyways.
Yeah. Your charisma needs to be an 18 plus. Your charisma, because you have this cool magic item, is now at 17.
Yep.
So you'll probably at some point want to improve that. The skills you need are, you need 2 of one-hand spear, bow, and javelin to be at 90 or higher. And then you need 3 more of ride, track, scan, climb, hide, and worship at 90 or higher. Hide. And worship Yolorna.
I need
a couple of those are pretty close. Yeah.
But I don't think I've got them all. I got 2 pretty close already. The others will take a while.
So you might let the skills you need maybe work on those, because eventually they'll get to a point where you can't train them anymore. So you might want to train them early. I can't do this
for skill. What's the skills level? It's that I can't train anyways, because I have some probably beyond that.
No, right now you're good.
Because I have some that are almost at 90 total.
You do, but it's just the training is just the skill at 75 or higher, not with the bonus.
I got it. Cool. So I can't train ride horse.
Yes, that's gone too far now. You can't. You can
We
put an
we didn't get
occupational check in it, but you can't train it.
okay. Cool.
Does that make sense? Like you can skill
Yep.
check it, but you can't like go to a trainer.
So I will definitely spend some time during Earth season
Mhm.
being an extra hand in the fields. I'm not gonna. I mean, we need to do that, but otherwise, I'm gonna spend the time at the temple.
Right, that makes sense.
Mostly, I was gonna say occupational wise outside the temple. The other thing I thought about doing to earn, if I have the time to earn cash more. I realize I might get paid just being a thing,
You will, and that happens in sacred time.
and because I'm so good with a horse,
Mhm.
the one skill I really probably have to offer is I can probably break horses and manage horses if we have any.
Yes, and you do.
And that's a place where I could be helpful to the clan at times, but not my full time occupation. But I could be probably maybe the best in the clan, or almost the best in the clan at doing something like that.
You might be the best rider in the clan.
Okay, but the rest you can. As far as I'm concerned, I can go through and do my skill checks. I'll pick my 4 and do the ones from the adventure if that's okay.
For sure. Just let me know what the 4 were, I guess, that way, just out of my own curiosity.
Okay. So you said I could pick ride horse?
You can. It's just a skill check. It's not training. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and pick ride horse because
Okay. Makes sense.
I will pick it. I want to do my 2 Yolorna ones, the worship and the cult. And I think I'll do tracking because the other thing I can probably do is hunt. This is the right time of year to go out and get some wild meat.
Absolutely. Cool. Okay, so while you're rolling that, we'll pivot to scenarios.
And we just add 1d6 now, right? For any that we make.
You can add
or fail. Or whatever we do.
You can add 1d6 or you can take a 3.
I know, but 1d6 is higher on average.
It is. On average. Cool. So
it does stink when you get a 1.
Yeah. Scenarios. Kathia's rolling through that and kind of figuring it out, and we'll let him report back to us about how it went. What
do you want me to do it as I hit skills? But I don't think you want me to. I was trying to be efficient, but I can do it as I go if you want.
Go ahead and roll through it, and I'll come back to you in a second. That way we can get scenarios going. They've been patient.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, all right, you're kind of in a similar boat. If you've attuned your crystal, either one of them, that would trigger the POW gain check. It's also, I'm gonna, as a metagame thing.
Yeah.
It's Earth season. You're gonna get a POW gain check for going to your High Holy Day. So if you're kind of trying to line this up, your character, like, it sounds metagamey, but this is a world where magic is real and everybody knows that the power of their soul is a real thing that you can improve, right? And you know some ways to do it. So it would be reasonable for scenarios to be looking at her situation and going, I will hold on to these and work. And they take like a week to attune anyways. And since you're like, it's Earth season, you're busy, you might reasonably be like, I'll do this in Dark season. Like I'll work on these later when I know that I have more to gain.
Yeah, I was thinking that because between running my own hides of land and seeing what kind of mess my Carters and Carls are getting into.
Yeah, you have a motley collection of them.
I've got some good people that married idiots.
The way it always works.
My sister and my son.
Really well. So I wasted an 01 on my skill check for one-handed spear.
Unfortunate. Okay. So given the way the crystals work, you're probably going to put them off for now, which makes sense. Just be aware that if anything happens during downtime or seasonal play that requires some sort of resolution, you want to have access to them as attuned items. Cool. You have... Okay, so your household's been running itself, and things seem fine. The biggest issue you have, right, is that your Cotters and Carls, as a collection, don't actually like you very much. That's been your biggest issue, is that you ended up having to pick more for competency and availability than for like compatibility. So, and some of that's to be expected. You're very young. You're single. You're from a well-to-do family. You largely recruited people who have not had the same responsibilities given to them, even though they're substantially older and more experienced. So that's the line that the hostility mostly comes across as, and it just makes things difficult a lot. But they're not incompetent for the most part.
They think you're spoiled.
Yep. I'm a spoiled rich kid.
They're not.
No, I'm earning my way in the world now that I've been handed 3 hides.
So things are okay. You have to kind of come back and sort of reassert yourself, and that has some headachy qualities to it. But nothing like caught on fire, nothing burned down. The animals aren't dead. The crop isn't ruined. Like that stuff didn't happen. So that's fine there.
And-
Kind of similarly, is there anything you're wanting to do with your downtime? We will address your High Holy Day ceremony. I just kind of want to get the paperwork out of the way.
Yeah, High Holy Day, and then I was thinking whether or not just checking to see how I think we're doing sheep. Maybe even we thought about trying to raise horses. I didn't know if there were any plants that could grow here better than the traditional wheat or anything.
You have sheep mostly. Kalor is running cattle on one hide.
Okay.
You have sheep. You were thinking about horses. Horses are a prestige item, right?
Yeah.
Like they're the least common livestock in a clan. They're expensive, and they take a lot of care. So you don't actually have any. Certainly with Kathia being around, right? Like you have a case to make there, but you haven't actually made it yet successfully, at least. Certainly something to think about. So right now, yeah, you're managing sheep and some cattle and yeah, some crops. So you've got strips of like wheat planted, and that's probably about it. Some of your cotters are probably gardening as well. There's definitely some like little copses of trees. Some of them probably have fruit or nuts that you can pick, especially in earth season. But that's sort of
Okay.
your thing, yeah.
Next time we interact with the elves, we got to see if we can get some just good orchard type plants.
Right. Give us seeds.
Yes. We don't want magical bow seeds. Actually, I do want a magical bow seed, but
Yeah, say that again, please. I want that on the record. We don't want magical bow seeds.
I would say I would like to have a magical bow seed, but in addition, we should go for something practical like fruit.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so what
backed off that.
Yeah. Other than the like the day-to-day of the harvest, which mechanically is resolved during sacred time, is there anything you're wanting to do at this time?
Maybe looking at when we're not out adventuring. I know High Holy Day is probably not likely, but maybe the more seasonal holy days, going out to the less attended shrines or the further out people of the clan that don't always make it in for the ceremonies.
Right. You definitely have the chance here to kind of reconnoiter, especially because this is a piece of land that you didn't hold until very recently, right? Like this entire expansion would have been Mandarin until like a couple months ago. So you do need to poke around, and obviously they're not like super happy about like, hey, can you tell me where all the shrines and holy places in this chunk of land are? You're not going to get any information on that, so you do have to kind of figure it out yourself, and that makes sense. You've shared that border for a long time. There's a grain goddess shrine in this area, just because some of the less useful parts for grazing get planted occasionally. There's a couple of places where people have built altars to make sacrifices to like Orlanth and Ronaldo. It's not unusual. They're just like an open air altar enclosed by like a square stone fence. They just make little spaces that you can do that sort of like little shrines. They don't get attended regularly or anything. They're just a place you can go when you want to make offerings.
Might check that out and start working on it.
Cool, makes sense. Absolutely. Otherwise, are there any? You should probably resolve your skills, pick 4 more professional skills. As a metagaming note, I don't want you to initiate to a grain goddess until we've handled not being an initiate of Marangor. So we're not going to worry about that too much. But of note, you need to have, just so that you know, as a wise woman of a grain goddess, you would want to have either your earth rune or your life rune at 90%. Currently, those are 80 and 75. You have the devotion to Ronalda at the appropriate level already. That subsumes any grain goddess worship. You need 5 rune points to Ronalda.
Okay.
You need a POW of 18 plus.
Yeah.
I think you currently have 14. You need 50% or more in the worship skill for Ronalda, plus cult lore The cult lore would be for the grain goddess.
Okay.
Because they have their own stories and myths. Dance, farm, plant lore, and worship. Now, you need 4 of those plus the worship. You already have dance high enough. So just keep those skills in mind. You can't do the cult lore without initiating.
Yeah.
And it's honestly going to be your worst skill regardless, probably, because it's a new skill for you once you do initiate. So I would focus on the other ones if I were you. So like farm, plant lore, worship. And
do I need a separate worship grain goddess or?
Yeah, I was just looking at my notes and I realized I had an error in them. So the 4 more are, so you will need to work on your cold lore basically, but it'll probably be the last of your skills to snap into place because it is the grain goddess Nord. But no, Ernalda's worship has subsumed the grain goddesses here. They're not separate the way they are in some places. They're more of like a subcult, but they have their own lore because they're fairly independent. They did some of their own stuff.
Okay. Because I got my list of Ernalda skills I need if I want to move up into the God Talker priesthood.
Right, for Ernalda.
There's overlap there between my top 5. So,
okay, cool.
Just farm is the outlier, but I need to improve that anyway.
Righto, makes sense. As a side note, any land that you're having people work for you, which is right now all of your land, is actually managed by managed household, not farm.
Yep.
Okay, so I just want to make sure that the rule books do draw that distinction that if you're managing people, that's managed household. So that's
good. Labor, basically.
Yeah, farm is like I live on a height of land. I am farming. Managed household is I am rent sinking. I own land that other people are farming.
Well, that's why managed household is always one of my seasonal skill checks.
Yes, absolutely. Cool. All right, so given all that, go ahead and... Oh, you also get... Well, no. Well, mechanically, we are going to resolve your power gain check after the thing that gives you a power gain check happens. So after the High Holy Day. Just because that's a me thing.
Yep. No, we shouldn't do that until we do it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I also have a question that might relate there.
Fire away because Sonarius will be rolling for a little bit here.
Well, and it might really. So ride horse, I took as one of my 4 skills.
Mm-hmm.
However, I would note when I looked up riding, it said that it's up to you, GM, but you normally get a check if you enter combat while on a horse, or you can award it, I should say, even if you don't roll it.
Did you enter combat on a horse this time?
Yes. Well, we ran out of combat on a horse.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes. Technically, you are correct. You fired a couple of arrows. That should count.
Which is probably why it failed to increase.
Okay, yes. You are correct, though. That would have been checked. So you can put that occupational skill somewhere else.
I'm going to try for shield, because somehow my one-handed spear, my one time I got to use it, failed. I think my shield just did, too. How good is my shield?
You're just... I don't know. You spend all your time on your horse skirmishing. Like, you have to get stuck in somewhere.
Well, you know what? I can't complain. But I rolled an 01 for my sword, for my spear check. But I managed to actually increase my bow. So it's over 90% for its total attack. And my charisma going up actually moved both magic and communication up.
Oh, very nice. Hey, what is your bow skill now?
Total?
Yeah.
92.
Dang, you rolled pretty well.
Did you keep up with? Because I think I've gotten that one every time, or something. I don't, maybe not every time, but I've gotten it.
You seem to be doing well there for sure.
It feels like a cult, but I can't improve my melee combat.
Yeah, that's rough. Unfortunately, you have to figure it out on the spear, I guess.
Yeah, she will eventually. And my ride horse now is, it's at 89%.
Yeah, it's just shy. Did you raise any of your other skills?
Yeah. Actually, I got most of them. I succeeded. I rolled very middling rolls high enough to increase my current skills. So my climb, both my Yorlorna skills went up. I think scan did. I'm at 50 plus 5% bonus. And both track and hide went up, unsurprisingly. Since track was single digits before and hide was barely double digits.
Not much better, yeah. Yep.
I failed at my one family I failed at my my family one. I did not increase.
Okay.
But I believe, yes, I did succeed in my POW game.
Nice. Did you roll for it?
I don't know is it 1d3 now?
Hold on. Let me look. We can
It's been a
handle that real quick.
percentile in the past. It's at one time it was a 1d3 -1, which really sucks.
Right.
It's
Between
like, no.
adventures.
And I was just looking
Increasing
it up.
characteristics. POW increase. Making a POW grain roll. It is 1d3 -1. Or you can just add 1 to it.
I'm not feeling brave. I'm just going to take 1 and be done.
Makes sense. Cool. Yeah, so no, not too bad. Not too bad.
No, that was actually extremely successful overall.
Good. You've had a productive year. You both have been quite busy. You've done a lot of things. You've expanded your horizons and your mindsets.
And we've also at skill levels now where we can still fairly frequently fail in order to improve them.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of your skills. You have a couple areas where you're kind of prodigies at. I think you are more pushed that way. Scenarios has a more balanced skill set overall. Like, so yeah, you've got a couple of skills that are. Say what?
My composite bow and ride horse have improved extremely well considering how high they are.
Yeah, so they started out very good and they're going higher. So it's definitely an advantage there.
I'm guessing they will become very difficult very shortly to improve. Let's see. Oh, I was looking at skill bonuses.
Probably so. Scenarios, how's it going over there?
I got all my skills checked.
Did it go well?
I improved a lot of them, except for climb.
Okay, that's okay.
And then also I have not checked because I used to augment loyalty, clan, folding, as well as rune earth.
Okay, you would check both of those just like a skill.
Okay, and neither one improves.
Okay, that's not surprising because they're both pretty high.
And then I get to choose my occupational skills.
Yes, but they can't overlap with the things you just rolled for your adventure.
Yep.
Good. Okay, cool.
Insight and orate were the ones, and worship were the 3 that I already had checked.
Okay, cool.
Farm went up.
Hey, good.
Despite the fact that all you're doing with your farm is like growing your personal garden outside your house, because everything else is
you're watching other people farm and you're learning stuff.
That's Bronze Age YouTube.
Yeah.
Plant lore. These are the fun, sexy skills.
You gotta know about plants. You live in a world full of them. They're most of what you eat. They're not for you, most of what you make cloth out of, but they're some of what you make cloth out of.
Managed household went up.
Good.
That's good. That's important. That might be your most important skill, actually.
Yeah, outside of the adventuring, that's the most important skill that Scenarios has, is managing people.
Maybe in addition to the adventuring.
Possibly.
Or including.
Goodness gracious.
Is my stone just called a light?
A starstone.
Starstone.
It's like a whitish quartz that glows softly.
Yeah.
You can tell it's glowing in daylight, but you can't really, it looks lit up. The darker it is, the more pronounced that effect is. It's never very bright. It doesn't really serve as like a candle or anything by itself, but it will sustain light spells cast on it.
I'm just typing it up. I'm just typing it up now. How much? Mm-hmm. How much of my 75 lunar ingot is left in the necklace when we make it, or do we roll this later?
How much is left in it? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, I won't worry about it then.
Let me think about it. So you would have had to tithe a tenth of it, and you would have had to pay for some services beyond that, and there would have been some amount of like, we made it really hot. Not all of it made it to the. It's probably got
50.
50? Yeah, that's kind of where I was laying at 45, 50, 55, somewhere in there. Like,
I'm not planning on ever selling it. I just thought, well, I should put it down. So
okay, and for the record, and I sat down like 12 years ago and did the math. All right, like based on what an encumbrance is more or less worth, and how many coins you can put into encumbrance off of like RuneQuest 2 and stuff. A lunar, like a single lunar, so one silver coin is about the size of a dime. Okay, so 50 dimes is how much metal is in your necklace.
That seems about right, because it's going to be heavy. It's going to be a fairly heavy necklace chain, not super,
yes, fairly heavy necklace chain, and then the locket portion of it that holds the stone or like whatever is holding the stone to the necklace would also consume quite a bit because it would have to
I
have
mean,
a back and
I'm still concerned with it matching my outfit and all, but my outfit is usually armor, so
right. And as a Yolornan, you're not yet required, but you're heavily pushed to wearing either silver, white, or pale yellow. Or not, sorry, gray, white, or pale yellow.
gray, white, or pale yellow.
Yes, those are kind of the colors. There's a cool line in the original Yolorna write-up about how Yolornan rune ladies are sometimes called the Gray Death
Ooh,
by their
I like
opponents because they have to dress in gray.
that. I need a gray cloak. Okay, cool.
Cool.
I think I'm all
Sweet.
Oh, nope, we didn't do my POW. Oh, yeah, we did do my POW game.
You did do your POW game, you got 1 point of POW. Scenarios, how are you doing over there?
I'm good. I'm done.
Awesome.
And then I record my ingot as well as my 3 lunars.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, keep
I
track
did
of your
that
money because it will become relevant soon. Maybe not this session. I figured it would take us 2 sessions to get through all of our down like seasonal play type stuff. So I think
We're
I
gonna
think that was
train ourselves
accurate.
to call it seasonal play and not downtime.
I keep working on it because it's too involved to be downtime. Like there's too much going on, and it's too in character to just be like a bookkeeping downtime event. But it's
Yes.
not adventure play either.
And then
so
I'm
yeah,
gonna cut
I'm
out.
working on it.
I'm gonna cut out enough lunars for the whatchamacallit, tithe.
Okay, makes sense.
So I gained an ingot, but I actually lost direct cash.
Well, the ingot is silver. It's silver
Yes.
by
You can
weight.
just slice them off with your axe.
Yeah, this is the point where like the point of a silver coin is that the coin being minted says this is good silver. Like it just certifies that it is a weight of silver that's standard and has been approved by a central authority. Like
Yeah.
hack silver is, which is what you're doing, is like literally chopping little pieces of silver off of a block, is fine as long as the person you're giving the hack silver to trusts that it's silver and not cut with something, which isn't that hard to do. So it is 75 lunars of money. It's just not coinage.
Just as a big blob of it.
Yeah, it's just
Well,
a big
that's
chunk
the-
of cash.
I thought to set aside the tithe that way.
Mhm.
Ronaldo doesn't catch me forgetting it. So
It's one thing about all the gods and goddesses. They want to know where their money's at. Like, they're not going to forget.
oh wait, I need tithe twice.
Did you forget about Marangor?
No, definitely not. No.
I thought you were
Oh,
ditching that cult. When are you doing
oh,
Not
it?
yet.
hasn't yet though. Yes, you're the poorest, like
Noble.
noble owner of land with full bronze plate and everything.
I mean, you think you're a warrior, but you're supposed to be like
Yeah, in some ways, that's the Arnaldan view of things, right? Is that you are too important to go out and fight. You have better things to do. That's why you have men around. Like, they can go fight. And then the Alornan cult is
Hey,
like, well, women
I'm-
can fight if they want to, and that's fine. And Arnalda's like, yeah, sure, you can go join a star goddess and do that. That's fine.
or Marangor. That's
Or you
another
could join
goddess.
Marangor or Babistragor or
Babistragor is kind of going to give you issues with cult advancement. Though.
a little difficult sometimes. Vinga is an option. There's lots of women's fighting cults. Arnalda herself just isn't one of them, but she doesn't like forbid anyone from picking up an axe either. She's not like Sean Arroy.
I, however, am forbidden from picking up an axe, so I do not chop wood.
Yes, you are. Like you actually can't handle axes. So
But they're very sacred to us. But we just hang them on up in the temple.
yes, your temple wider lives in it.
And a nice big fancy axe that we never use.
It's a nice big fancy silver axe that no one picks up or wields. Yes,
It makes sense.
it does. It certainly does. All right. So scenarios. If you're good to go, we're going to push you into your High Holy Day ceremony.
I am good.
So it's Earth season. It's actually fairly early in Earth season when the ceremonies for Arnalda take place over a week. They're also sacred to Azraelia, her older sister, who is like the keeper of the riches of the earth. So gemstone, silver, metals, things like that, things that you mine, essentially. She's the keeper of. She also rules over like granaries, which are usually buried. So grain storage and stuff. That's what Azraelia's department is. She's the older. So you have like a week of that. Almost all the earth goddesses have different sacred days in this week, but Clay Day of this week is the High Holy Day. for Ernalda and also for the grain goddesses. So that's like the week has a bunch of celebrations. There is one day that is specifically.
Assume the whole week is like a big thing for a whole plant, really.
Yeah, there's a lot of festivals, right? So it's Earth Fertility Clay, which is like the third or fourth week of the season. So it kicks off not long after you get back. And it's a long week of, there's feasting because you're bringing in a lot of food off the fields. There are harvest competitions, right? So you get a lot of the threshing competition, reaping competition, stuff like that, where people are competing in events to win things that are part of these events. If this week, if there was someone looking for a year marriage for the clan, this would be the time for that competition to happen. But no one's doing that this year. So, but this would be like the old Garhound thing in Prax. This is the week that would happen. So instead, you just have like agricultural games, feasts, cider is a thing, as you're taking in apples from where you can, stuff like that. And then you have various services to the earth goddesses. Your high holy day would be spent in the temple. It's the high holy day for the grain goddesses and Ernalda because their holy days always line up. And you'll spend the day there worshiping. So this is a lot of like, you're in the inner sanctum, your grandmother's presiding over this. Your mother has a more active role than she has in the past. Something to be aware of, I suppose. Kathia, you're participating in this stuff as a lay member as well. So you're like present for some of this, but you're not going to be in the like inner sanctum and stuff because you haven't initiated. Right. But you're obviously in a lot of these things. So Earth season, Ernalda has a lot of myths. She's a major goddess, right? Like she's the queen of the earth. She's one of the holders of the life rune. She's one of the holders of the harmony rune. She's a big deal. So you hear a lot of stories about her. The main focus here is on the Green Age and on the Dawn, right? So like the Green Age is when everything was nice and bountiful, and the Dawn is when Ernalda woke back up and kind of like breathed fertility back into the world. So like while you're gathering all her gifts, you're celebrating too, like where they came from. But she is just the goddess of the harvest. That's the main aspect for her high holy day. The goddess of childbirth, marriage, all those things kind of are circling around. There are some marriages in the clan that happen during this week. But what do you do here? Like you're obviously like Bagana's, your grandmother is fairly old. She's old enough that she could like very reasonably retire from being the Arnaldan priestess and be like the Israelia priestess basically instead. You don't have an Israelia priestess currently. It's not unusual for Arnaldan priestesses to retire in their old age to that cult. As they age, as they go through the cycles of like being a young woman, an older woman, and then like an old woman, right? They tend to change goddesses as well. Your mom is obviously much more active, so you wouldn't be surprised. Like your mother hasn't told you anything, but like you wouldn't be surprised if she took over the temple sometime next year. So what do you do like at this service? You obviously like well, let's talk about your character's mental state, right? Like she's had some obviously clashes with her mom. You've also gotten along pretty well with your grandmother. You're, I think, having some pretty deep second thoughts about having initiated Demerangor.
Yeah, that's true. That's valid.
So with these things in mind, like, what are you doing here, like on this week and this day?
Throughout the week, I think when I was writing those grain goddesses, I might actually be paying more attention than I had in years past as a kid. See if any stick out. Because one, there's this reality of, okay, maybe Marangor was a bit too much of a rebellion. I'm leaving home and I'm joining a punk band. But then it's like, no, I just kind of, living on my own, it's like, okay, I may not need to do all that. Raw meat once a season or whatever, and then not being able to garden is kind of making life a little, not inconvenient, but just not meshing up. Mm-hmm. So maybe trying to strengthen ties more with Ernalda.
Okay. That makes sense. Was when you said you're looking into the grain goddesses more, was that to see if anyone catch your, was that a request for information or just a line about what your character was doing?
It will be for information. Kind of, I know talked a little bit offline, but I think barley sounds fun.
Okay, cool.
It seems like
So
a
yeah, so
good.
during this,
It seems like a good one, but also not too traditional that I am a sellout.
right, makes sense. Um, okay, so the big grain goddesses that you see, like there are different little icons for them, but the only grain goddesses that are really worshipped here are Isrola, who is the goddess of wheat, right? And she would be obviously from Isrolia, from the land that takes her name, and she's important, and she's focused on wheat, which is your primary crop. The other goddess, as you've alluded to, is Pelora, who's from the north, Peloria, right? And her crop is barley. Barley is valuable because it performs well on marginal soils. It can take a lot of abuse, and because you make beer out of it. Those are like its qualities. Like you can make barley cake and barley porridge out of it, but like you make beer out of it. It makes good beer. So she's associated with brewing, especially in Tarsh and Sarder. Her crop is mostly for brewing, but it's also kind of a backup or emergency crop that you grow when you don't have when the soil is too poor for anything else. Azrola is usually pictured as like an adult woman who like wears some fancy things and stuff like that. Pelora is usually pictured as a blonde woman who wears like a necklace of acorns. And just as an out of character note, I have no idea what the acorns are about. I haven't been able to find any connection between acorns and barley, and there's nothing like in the lore that explains why she's connected to oak trees. I don't. It's just a thing, all right? Like we'll figure it out together, but I don't know. I don't know what it's about.
Maybe oak trees grow better in Peloria.
Maybe maybe so. So I don't know. But yeah, in any event, that's what's going on there. So those are the two that kind of stand out to you. And like you said, I think Pelora kind of appeals to Scenarios as being more of a like she's a little bit out there, but she's not crazy. Like she's having a good time, but not like going crazy with like the violence and stuff. So and that is kind of an interesting thing to think about with Scenarios is like it seems like she thought the only way to be free, like to be out from under my mother's thumb, is to like embrace like fighting, right? Like to like violence as an end that sets you free, which is a very Orlanthe way of thinking.
Yeah.
Like, but you're finding kind of that what you really wanted was just to be a little further away, like just a little further away, not like all the way away. So that's interesting, for sure. So this is probably a time period where as you're going through the cultic rituals and like the dancing and singing and stuff that you do, like the big mass rituals, like where you're really feeling, Scenarios is really feeling like her heart and her spirit move towards Ronalda and away from Arangor. And this is probably where you actually make the decision that you don't want to be part of the Marangor cult anymore.
Yes.
Does that seem fair?
That is spot on. That's where I don't want to give up the adventuring, but I don't think you need Marangor to be an adventurer.
Right. Yes, and that's something that your character is learning, for sure. Is like I can still go do what I want, like, and I don't want to be crazy violence and stuff all the time. Like Marangor's existence is pretty harsh and sometimes lonely. Cool. Well, soon you'll get to disappoint your aunt, so that's fun.
Disappointing somebody.
That's a character trait.
Welcome to life. But cool. So as you're doing that, like you're really Daradessa, I think, right? Have I mixed up characters?
Of Marangor.
Let me look here. I might be in the wrong place in my head. Yeah, Yagana. You're right. Yagana. Sorry, I had a different character.
I had the family
place.
list pulled up in front of me.
Good job. I'm so proud of you. Doing your research.
I was using all the information being provided by the GM.
Nice. So Scenarios at the apex of these rituals, so on your holy day, you can like you're like really reaching out to the goddess, you're making your sacrifices. You're doing the magic point sacrifices. You're really pouring yourself into this. At that point, like you experience closeness with the goddess, right? Like you feel like Arnalda's presence, and you're like more caught up in her than you usually are. Like you can tell that she's present, she sees you like personally, and you can see more of her mysteries. And so at the end of that, like you have that rapture is sort of like mysterious experience, and you can make a power gain roll from that. So may or may not give you anything. Also, this is the point where you would sacrifice for more spells, and speaking strategically,
Not yet.
you might want to sacrifice for spells before you roll.
Also,
Ooh.
don't you need so many points of spells before you can go up?
I need 5 points, and right now I have 1.
Right.
Because I have access to all the common ones, right?
Yes, just for having
Yes.
the cult, you have access to it, and you have access to it, the thing. And as someone who's like, you have 1 special spell. As someone who's taken over a stead, made some big sacrifices, found a holy item, you could pretty easily argue that you've done cult services that would let you learn a new spell here. So you wouldn't have to like pay the 100 lunars as an initiate to get access to a cult like special spell. You could just get one.
Is a rune spell just a spirit magic?
Rune spell. So you would be sacrificing 1+ points of power in order to pick up a rune spell, which the way the system works, remember, is that you have a rune point pool, and then you have a list of spells known. Like, so you're not buying instances of the spells, you're just buying the right to use them out of your pool. So yeah, so if we open up Earth Goddesses and look at Arnalda,
A lot to choose from.
she has a lot
Do you
of
still
spells.
have to spend like the 3 if it's like a 3-point spell?
Yes, but yeah, so you would have access to like Absorption, Arouse Passion, Bless Champion, Bless Crops, which you already have, Bless Pregnancy, Charisma, Command Snake, Command Swine, Dismiss Earth Elemental of any size, of note. That's a scaling spell, so like Dismiss Earth Elemental Small is a 1-point spell. Dismiss Earth Elemental Medium is a 2-point spell that includes small elementals, and Large is a 3-point spell that includes the other 2. You can take Earth Power, which restores all your magic points. Heal Body is a 2-point spell. Invaluable, I don't know what that does. Regrow a Limb, regrows a limb. Reproduce, which is another pregnancy-related one. Restore Connor Strength. Summon Earth Elemental, works just like Dismiss, but in reverse. Summon Household Guardian. Those are kind of the things you would have direct access to. Beyond that, there's a bunch of subservient cults that give you access to spells. Birthing, no lineage. Pregnancy, which you don't need because you're not inanded. So, you're fine. You have associated cults that you can sacrifice for. Accelerate growth, hide wealth, Earth Shield, Plow, Healing Trance, Bless Animals, Transform Gnome into Gargoyle.
Say when you can summon gnome, might be a while, but you can
Right.
summon a large gnome once you pay for it.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff. You could learn the spell Flowers from Voria if you wanted. It's a 1-point spell. You spend a magic point, you make a flower bloom.
So
It's like you spend more magic points, you get more flowers. Like if there's nowhere
That'd
for them to
actually be-
bloom, they just show up with a little bit of stem, so you can put them in your hair or something, or hand them to someone. Like Voria is the goddess of the spring and the goddess of children. She has very innocent magic. So yeah, I would say you can sacrifice for a spell without having to spend the 100 lunars as an initiate. Like you've done enough cult service, you've done some things that are impressive to your cult, like things that are in keeping with what the cults and what Arnaldo would want you to do. So you can pick a spell.
I'm almost thinking Bless Animals.
That makes sense. You've been placed out on so that would be the Eritha associate spell. Yeah. Okay. And then why can nothing ever be simple? I just want to see what that spell does precisely. Okay. So yeah, it increases the calving potential for each animal blessed. Interesting. So if you bless an animal, it'll produce a healthy calf. 9 out of 10 calves born in such a way will be female. And you can only cast it. Say what?
A lot different than Blessed Crops.
Yeah, and you can only cast it on the High Holy Day. It will affect the following year's calving. Oh, hey, look at that. You can, if you want to, you can bless a bull with it, and it will cause all the pregnancies that the bull causes to be successful births.
That's pretty powerful match.
Yes, it is. So yeah, take Bless Animals. That makes sense. Good for you.
Makes a lot of sense. And since we're spending a lot of effort and time in this seasonal play, it's not wasted.
No, absolutely
I'm not telling you to do it. I was reading through mine. I have 2 points.
I promise
I have
you.
4 spells.
Yeah,
I can learn.
Your High Holy Day is coming. Like
no. I'm not complaining about that. I was just noting that
that's cool.
Compared to a big cult like Arnalda, I have 4 special divine. Well, and one of them is our special warding.
Right. And of note, you can keep sacrificing rune points to grow your pool.
Yeah.
You just don't learn
You
new
just can't.
spells. Yeah.
And you don't have to sacrifice extra points. Like, I know Shooting Star now, and
Right.
it's stackable spell, so I could, if I could just put as many points as I have into
Yes.
it and stack it up.
Yes, that's correct. Okay, so scenarios, are you going with Bless Animals?
Yes.
Awesome, sweet. So you sacrifice at the ritual. You sacrifice for that spell. Like you're more attuned to life. You're more attuned to the earth. You're recognizing Ronalda as the mother of both a lot of plants, but also a lot of animals. Her daughter Eritha is the beast mother. Like she's the mother of herd beast. She's in your language, you probably call her Yarda, right? So King of Dragon Pass again, like the cattle mother. But yeah, you reach out through them and you gain a new spell. So you sacrifice a point of power, you write down Bless Animals, your room point total is now 2 instead of 1. It's useful. And then after this, you'll be able to make a POW gain check as well as you kind of like commune with your goddess. And now it's a little easier.
My POW is down to 11.
Is it?
Yeah.
How much did that spell cost?
Just 1?
I thought you had like a lot of POW.
No, I had 12.
Oh.
I know.
So you got 5 points of spells.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it's
Oh, hooray! Obviously, red
Did it
roll
work?
under or above.
Hold on. It's
below.
Did you do well or not?
I succeeded.
Okay.
And
Good.
I'm just gonna take the 1.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, I would recommend gambling once you know you can't make it just by regular +1 increases.
Yep. So back to 12.
There you go.
And run out. Bless that bull. Bless that bull.
These two here.
I really hope that's
No.
not a touch spell.
I mean, it is, but you could just pet him on the head, you know?
Okay, good.
You don't have to make it weird, bud. Like, so anyways, that happens. The rest of the week has festivals and things. Kathia, again, you're involved in these things, but more distantly.
Yeah.
Your seasonal holy day will come up. It's less of a big deal, because your two big holy days are during fire season and during darkness season. So this one's a seasonal holy day, but it doesn't have as much, like, you get together, you do your rituals, you don't get a POW gain check because it's not a high holy day. You just make sacrifice. This is when you would like technically turn over your tithes. You would sacrifice a couple points of magic points, and that would be about it for you. So you have a similar sort of thing. Like you're in good shape, people are happy, stars are watching. You know, like you get that sort of vibe from it. And that'll finish out Earth season. So we've got 2 more seasons of downtime, a wedding, and sacred time for next session. We did not get as far as I thought we would, but that's okay. I think we're at a good stopping point for this because we're not going to be able to initiate another set of actions for darkness in the next like 10 minutes, you know. So I think we'll call it here. We got a lot done.
No, I feel good.
I feel good about it. I thought we would get through darkness season, but I was wrong. I don't know why I thought that. So we had a lot of ground to cover. Cool. So next time we get together, we will move into darkness season and handle Gathia's High Holy Day. We will handle Sonarios leaving the Marangor cult.
That'll be big.
And then we'll handle just the regular seasonal actions as well. And hopefully once darkness is done, we'll move into Storm. And Storm will see a wedding and the fair, and then some other seasonal type play. So cool. All right. Well, I think that went pretty well. Are there any last minute thoughts or complaints, concerns, praise you want to heap upon me? Anything like that?
You're the best GM we have for this game.
Thank you.
Sweet.
All right. Well, I think we're going to call it there. I'm going to stop recording and I'll see the two of you and the audience next time.
Sounds good.
All right. Later.